Everyone, Denis here from the integrations team. Today I will show you how to import your dataset items into Airtable. Let's dive in. To kick things off, I go to Apify Store, and for this use case, I'm going to use the Google Maps scraper. In Google Maps scraper, I already have a run that I pre-prepared, and here we can see there is 50 items, and we see the place name, total score, review count, etc. So to actually do the import, we have a new actor called Airtable Apify Airtable. So when we come here, we see a few fields. So first of all, we would like to connect with our Airtable account. So I click connect. It asks me which resources I want to add. I would like to add the Apify base and grant access. And just like that, I am authenticated with Airtable. Next, I would like to choose the operation. So we can append data, which means it just adds to the table. We can override, which means it deletes the initial data on Airtable and adds the new data. And we have create. For this, let's start with append. Then we need the Airtable base name or ID. So I can just go back to Airtable. I see it's called Apify base. So I'm going back and I'm going to type in Apify base. Now the table name, again, going back, I see it's table 1 with a capital T. So table 1. And for the dataset, like I said, I already have the dataset prepared. It's Google Maps dataset with 50 items, and I add it here. Now, there is an optional unique ID. We'll get to that later, but let's talk about field mappings. So in our dataset, there are these fields which we want to map from Apify dataset into Airtable fields. So I can see that I already prepared the Airtable table here, and we have address, category name, city, claim this business, and description. So what I'm gonna do is press add field. From the source field, I can see that here I have address. Somewhere along the lines, if I press all fields, I should see, yes, address here. So I copy the name from here, I come back, I paste it back, and also in the Airtable, it was named as address. So I'm going to put the same name. So target type, it should be an existing one because the field is already existing. If you would like to create a new one, you have to press new. Then field type, so we have some fields here. This is going to be a multi-line text because it's a long text. And now I will just continue with doing the rest of them. So now I have mapped the rest of the tables, rest of the fields. Here we can see category name, existing, single line text, city, single line text. Claim this business is actually a Boolean data. So I put here checkbox. Description, and I will add the image URL, which we can see here on the right. There is the image URL, and I'm going to add this as a new field, which means it doesn't already exist in the table, but it will add it as a new field. And then I just press save and start, and then we should see what's going on. If we go to logs, maybe I see that it started to process the items. So let's go to the output and we can see, yes, the operation was successful and we did 50 items in total. Cool. So let's go back and let's talk about the unique ID. The unique ID is your way of preventing duplicates. For this, we have to figure out which of these fields can we use as a unique ID. And for this, I'm going to choose address because two businesses are not going to share the same address in most cases, I assume. So if I type here address and I try to do it again, so it's the same data set and we're trying to import it again. And this time, because of the unique ID, it should be skipping the actual import. So we can see here total items 50, skip duplicates 50. So just like that, you can skip duplicates. And like I said, there are more modes. For example, if you press create, and let's do table 3. this will create a new table in my Airtable base. So if we check here, table 3 is created and the items are now being imported. Now there is one more option I would like to discuss, and this one, clear existing data when table exists. On create mode, if the table already exists and you want it to be overwritten for your use case, you can just check this one. And instead of giving you an error because the table already exists, it's going to first remove the data here and then start doing the import. Now you might say, do we have to import it one dataset at a time? No. For that, let's go to Apify Store again, Google Maps Scraper, and then I go to Integrations tab. From here, I can search for Airtable, Apify Airtable. So when I open it, I see that the dataset field is already filled in. What this means is that we are making an actor-to-actor integration, which means when the Google Maps scraper finishes, its dataset will be flowing to the data import actor so that you don't need to do it manually. And then here we can just choose the account. Base ID was Apify base, table name was table 1. And just to keep things fast, I'm going to copy my input from my actor. So I'll just come here because I already had the data mappings. I'm just going to copy these mappings back here. So I'll press JSON and I can just put it here. Nice. So if we go back to form, we see the data mappings are there. So now everything seems to be set up. I'll just press save, go to input, regular input, let's do 5 so it finishes fast. I press save and start. So now the Google Maps scraper is working. Once it's done, it should trigger our integration, which will import our data into Airtable. So let's see. I see that it's running, it finished. It should have 5 output items in the dataset. Yes, we can see them. Triggered integrations. Let's press this, attempt 1. It was successful. And if we go back to our Airtable base, we appended to table 5. And we have 55 items. If you remember, initially we imported 50 items. So now the remaining 5 items are appended. Just like that, you can seamlessly integrate your data to Airtable. And just like that, we can automatically import our dataset items into Airtable. Thank you for watching.